Okay, welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to take a moment and show you how that God parted the Red Sea and blow people that would be atheists' minds away, because you can't make this stuff up. The days of not believing stuff are over with, because you can prove it with archaeology and science now, and there's just no denying it. And so I'm going to show you how that the Red Sea has got the proof in the pudding today. You can Google this. Just type in Red Sea chariot wheels and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, for those that don't know, the Lord parted the Red Sea whenever Israel left Egypt, and people say that's just a fairy tale, and here's Pharaoh's men being covered with water. Let me get a better view of that. Now, here is a copy of what I have here of a papyrus papers what the Egyptians had, and it's an illustration of a 6-spoke chariot wheel and the hieroglyphics writing around it. Now, we're going to go up to the far corner here, and let me zoom in. And if you will look at these bones, you'll find something very different about the one. This one here is just a normal bone. This one here has coral buildup on it. Now that don't happen overnight. Also, they found horse bones in the water in the middle of a sea. Where does that come from? Well, there's a story that tells how they got there. Now, if we move on down right here, here is a 4-spoke chariot wheel. Now, I'll show you another Egyptian illustration of their chariot wheels. They had multiple styles. If you'll notice, there's coral growing up right there, and the coral don't want to really go to, I guess, that type of metal. That's what they say. Now, I'm not a scuba diver, so I'm not going to talk about something that I don't know, but there's the picture, and you know, decide for yourself. This right here is Solomon's memorial pillar that he put in place. That's probably a little bit of Phoenician writing at the bottom. I can't make that out, but I keep this picture on the wall. What this is one of the pillars of 2 that he put up that memorializes that Israelites being rescued. There was one on the Saudi Arabia side and there's one on the Egyptian side. Now, when the Saudi Arabians, Ron White found this, and Google Ron White, amazing archaeologist, and he's from Tennessee too, to the best of my knowledge, so that's pretty amazing. He found these things. And when the Saudi Arabians, which are Muslims, found out about that pillar was in place there on their side, and it spoke about the Father in heaven, and it said Yahweh on it, and or it might have said Yahweh, and talked about Solomon and talked about being saved from the Egyptians. They didn't really take too well to that, so they had it removed. But the one on the Egyptian side is still standing today, and that was it right there, and I'll show you another view of it in a minute. Now right here is another 4-spoke chariot wheel. You'll see that it's still embedded in the sand. They didn't remove all these artifacts, and in a way I'm kind of really glad. Some of this stuff is in the Israeli museum today. I think some of the things that they brought back, but now don't quote me on that. Like I said, Google it. This is a 6-spoke chariot wheel. Coral has built up around it, I guess some of the framework that was left over. And there's some better pictures than these. I'm just trying to give you an idea. And this is built up on the hub and out of the ground. And we'll move on up here. Here was one of the, this is just an illustration. This is not a replica of papyrus paper. And you'll see that it's a 4-spoke wheel also. Now, we move up here. Here's the other side view of the pillar. There's the top cap still on it somewhat. Like I said, it's Phoenician style. And he had these put in place on both sides, right where they crossed. The place where they crossed is actually named. If you will go, like I said, Google Ron White and his research on this. They're the ones that took care in finding this. Now here you can see the layout of one wheel built up in the ground, or in the sea floor. Now I can't make out myself personally if that's a 6 or a 4-spoke, but regardless, you can see the parts of the hub still sticking up. Now, I've not yet come up with the total of bones and horse bones and human bones they've removed from there, but I mean, it's amazing. what all's been brought back from the Red Sea. And I mean, my appeal to anyone that wants to be atheist is this: why? I mean, the accounts that are given in the Bible, this is just one example right here in particular. The Chinese archaeologists here recently have found Noah's Ark in the recent years. I'm going to do another segment on that at a later date. But, I mean, this right here is real. This pillar itself, you know, if you carbon dated that, I can only imagine it'll be right on the money. But, I mean, they've done a cross-section. I've seen a cross-section of this just where they cut them bones. It's amazing the coral that built up on that. Anybody that does any diving, I mean, they're going to know this right away. And, I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, because it was written. And here today we can say, not only as Pharaoh wanted to quote, let it be written, let it be done. Well, my dear friend, it has been written and it has been done, and now we live in a day and age where we can say, right here it is. And there's no denying it. And I hope this inspires your faith to believe all that's written in the Bible. And we look to see you again. Have a great day.